What's up, YouTube? This is Adrian from Team of Bum Snow, and we got the last commentary for cities for this season, which is good and bad. Good because I've been talking in every single freaking video, and it's time consuming, and bad because we only have 4 cities, and I'm all sad because I wanted to play in more cities, and now we have to wait for provincials. I couldn't even go to regionals. It's all sad. And provincials is we only have like one that's close to us. We can go to like BC, which is like a 13-hour drive. And yeah, maybe I don't know. There's not a lot of events near us, so that's quite unfortunate. So here we have the finals of St. Albert Cities. This is game 2 and 3 combined, and it looks like I got a mulligan. I'm the person on the left. I'm playing a Landorus Mewtwo with one Terrakion in it, and then Alex on the right is playing the same thing except he has more Terrakions and less Landorus. He also has I think he has 4 Mewtwo's, and I only have 3. So I'm shuffling weird. I'm the only one who shuffles like that because I can't really overhand shuffle or anything like that. Or I can't riffle shuffle quickly either. So I start with Mewtwo. I have another one in my hand, but I don't need to put it down because Alex is not gonna donk me. There's no way. I won the first game, so I get to go, or he gets to go first. Looks like he's going for that Landorus with an energy. Just gonna do that 30 damage, which isn't big or anything. But fortunately, since Alex attaches first, then my Mewtwo will not be able to kill that Landorus before it kills me. So I cannot power up that Mewtwo. It doesn't work like that. And also, if I do put a DCE to start attacking, Alex can just put a DCE retreat or a switch out and then donk me or something like that. So I need another Pokemon down right now. So what am I gonna do? I have no freaking idea what I should be doing. I attached the DCE. I don't know if that was good or not. I put another Mewtwo down, which is better, I guess, because that if Alex wants to go for that Mewtwo more quickly, I have the advantage already. I use a Skyla. Not sure what for, honestly. I think I have an end in my hand already, so I don't know what I'm Skylaying for. This video is a month old, so can't remember much. I go for an Evolite, which right now that I think of it, putting on the active is completely useless. So maybe this should go on the bench. The bench Mewtwo. If I put in the active, it's dumb because he can just Hammerhead, put 10, and then his Land Judgment will knock me out regardless. So I put it on the bench, so that's good on my part. It's Alex's turn now. He's alright to keep attaching to Landorus, but if he goes for that Land Judgment at the end, he's gonna have no energy, so no idea if he's gonna start attaching to his other Pokemon or not. Let's see what he does. Goes for the switch. Oh yeah, I remember this part. I think this is the part where he says YOLO. Yeah, I remember. He says he says YOLO, and then I think he's going for that DCE. Yep, I remember this. So he goes for the N. Tries to go for that DCE. He can also go for an energy and an energy switch. That will work as well. My Mewtwo would be knocked out, and then I would need a DCE and a plus bar to knock out his other Mewtwo, so that's going to be kind of difficult. So if he does knock out my Mewtwo, he's in good shape. It'd be really good if he gets a DCE though instead of a energy and energy switch, because he wants to keep that energy on Landorus for a Land Judgment later on. So it looks like he got 2 DCs, which is really good. He also has an Elevate, so I need a DC and 2 plus powers, which is really unlikely. I have a DC in my hand too, but I don't have 2 plus powers. So he goes for the X Ball. He already takes 2 prizes. He's in pretty good shape. I get an energy switch or energy retrieval. That's not going to help me. No idea what I'm going to decide to do. Maybe I don't even have a DC. I bench a Landorus. I might decide to catcher up a Pokemon to stall, because I have a catcher in my hand. I might catcher up the Landorus. I go for a plus power. I go for the catcher, so I guess I'm gonna enter Juniper or something. I use Bianca to lower my hand size. I use the plus power to get more cards from Bianca. And then I put an energy on Landorus, and I might switch out. Doesn't look like I got a switch though. So it's Alex's turn. And yeah, let's see what he does. I'm attaching to Landorus instead of Mewtwo because it's number one, it's risky as heck because he can just attach, switch out, and knock me out. The reason why I am avoiding a Mewtwo is because I have less Mewtwo's than him, so the chances of getting the Mewtwo revenge kills are a lot slimmer on my side than Alex. I also don't run as I think I only run like 3 Ultra Balls, and I think he runs max. So he has a I really want to avoid the Mewtwo. That's why I decided to catch up the Landorus, and my plan during this game against him is just to catch up heavy Pokemon like Terrakion or Landorus and keep hammer hitting everything. So that's what I'm trying to do. He goes gets a Skyla for a switch, so he's gonna burn his second switch. I'm alright with that because I have more catchers than he has switches right now. He goes for the catcher, so he's gonna hit my Landorus, which is pretty good. He attaches to the bench Landorus, which is threatening a Land Judgment KO if I keep attaching to my active Landorus. So I have to start deciding what to do for sure. I go for the catcher again. I'm trying to buy myself some more time because I can't afford his Mewtwo to be active with 2 energies on Landorus. I think I'm just gonna keep hammerheading until that bench Landorus is dead. That'd be a pretty good choice. I don't think there's a reason to keep attaching the active one right now, because with one more switch, Alex can just switch out and then Land Judgment, and there goes 2 energies on the field. So I should either get another Landorus out, or I should start attaching to Mewtwo. I go for the Skyla. Oh, it looks like I was going to discard stuff, so I was going for an Ultra Ball. And I need that Ultra Ball for sure, probably. Good to get another Landorus out. I go for the Heavy Ball and then get a Landorus. Which is pretty good to have lots of Landoruses. Again, my strategy is to hammerhead everything to death, so I'm focusing on Land Judgment right now. So hopefully I get an energy attachment this turn on the bench. That would help me out pretty much. I have 2 catches left and Alex has 2 switches left, so I don't know. I might kill that Landorus before Alex has a chance to retreat, which would really help me out a lot. It looks like I didn't have an energy though, so that's quite unfortunate. Let's see what Alex decides to do. Just looking at our discards. He has a Skyla in his hand, so I guess he was looking to discard to count out how many switches he used first before you use the Skyla, which is always a good thing to keep track of all cards you use, all your resources. And he's probably gonna go for the switch anyways. And then line judgment me or something like that. Goes for an energy switch, which is interesting. I have no idea why. Maybe he's thinking, maybe he has a switch in his hand already, and he's going for that Landorus or his Mewtwo. Put the Mewtwo active or something. But looks like he's just gonna start attacking with Terrakion instead. He's gonna retaliate, hit me for 30, and then he can threaten line judgment next turn, which I like on Alex's part a lot. Instead of retreating and letting me catch the Terrakion over and over again, he's just gonna power up the Terrakion, which I like a lot. So I need to get an Evolite, but it looks like I can't get any of those, so I'm just gonna energy switch to preserve my only energy on the field, which is pretty sad. I put on a bench Terrakion. Not sure if it's a good play or not. I only ran one Terrakion, so if it's knocked out, he still has to knock out 3 EXs to win. But it might be catcher bait now or something. Then again, I never used any switches yet, so no idea if that was good or not. I have a DCE, and I'm going to put it on my Landorus. Or not, maybe. I'm going to put it on the Landorus so I can threaten line judgment next turn. And I need a switch this turn for sure, otherwise that would be pretty bad. He has 90 damage on the Landorus, so I just need a Hammerhead 3 more times. I have a switch in my hand, so I'm probably definitely going to use it this turn. And I use the switch. And I think I'm just going to Hammerhead instead of wasting another catcher or something. I wouldn't really want to see me using my 3rd catcher like that. So I'm just going to Hammerhead and put 30 on Landorus again. And it's Alex's turn, and he's probably going to attach to the active and just do 90, which is pretty strong. And that's what he decides to do. Unfortunately, that's his 2nd DC, I believe. Yeah, it's his 2nd, so having to use a DC instead of fighting is pretty painful. And he's gonna do 90. And if I get my gold potion, this would be the best time to use it for sure. Yeah, Evolite isn't gonna matter too much because his Mewtwo can still knock me out. So I want to get that gold potion if I have it. I already used a couple Scalas, so I don't think I can just grab one though. I'm just benching a ton of stuff. No idea why. Maybe I have a Bianca or a Juniper. But for sure, if I get a gold potion right now and then I attach a fighting and I use land judgment and just do the 80 and knock his Terrakion out, there goes so many energies on the field. I guess then he can start attack with Mewtwo though, which would be pretty good on his part. If I had more damage on that Mewtwo, I'd be set though. But I have no damage on his Evolited Mewtwo, which is quite unfortunate. So let's see what I get from my N. Alex gets only 4, which is pretty good for me. Alex also used pretty decent amount of resources. So not sure what I got. I got that gold potion. That's amazing. I think that was what I wanted. I have a catcher. I can catcher stuff, but there's no point. I would just go for that 80 damage, I believe. If I have a fighting though, I don't remember if I have a fighting. I know I have a DCE. Just gonna count his resources. Not sure what I'm looking for right now. I think I'm deciding if I should attach to that DCE this turn or something. If I attach a DCE, he can always capture it and X ball knock me out. Then he'd be down to 2 prizes, and then he could just knock out that bench Landorus to win. I think I was counting to see how many catchers he used, and I'm pretty sure he used none so far, which is really good. So I don't think putting the DC on Mewtwo is really strong right now. If I were fighting, I obviously put it on the active Landorus for sure though. I'm gonna put the DC on the Landorus though, so not sure if that is smart or not, because that's my 3rd DC or something like that. Yeah, 3rd DC, and then Alex can just go aggressive with Mewtwo without being scared or something. But I just have to Hammerhead, which is quite unfortunate, because Alex is gonna get a setup knockout on my active Landorus. Fortunately, next turn I should be able to get 2 more prize cards though, which would be good. Oh, he maxed potions. Oh, that's painful. That hurt a lot. Puts on another Mewtwo, which is really scary. If he starts going aggressive with Mewtwo, I'm probably gonna lose. For sure. I'm not in really good shape anymore. He's starting to attach to his active Landorus, or his bench Landorus, which is good because he can always get a land judgment for the last 2 prize cards. He can knock out like almost anything on my field with that land judgment and take 2 prize cards or so. Well, he can't like knock out my Mewtwo's right now, but he can always set up with Hammerheads or plus powers. So that's what I'm trying to say. That Landorus is a pretty big threat already. So I have a switch. I decided to use it, I guess. Going for Mewtwo. Not sure why. I guess Mewtwo's my best play right now. Ooh, it looks like I'm trying to knock out his bench Mewtwo right now. And then I'll go aggressive with Mewtwo. Oh, I like that. But I needed my last DC, which is really unlikely. So since I probably whiffed it, that was probably really bad for me. I attached to the bench Mewtwo or something. At this point, I think I decided that hammerheading isn't going to do anything right now because Alex still has another max potion in his hand. I'm only doing like 30 everywhere, and he's doing tons of damage with his Mewtwo's or Terrakion. So I think this is when I decided to start attacking Mewtwo. So that was my plan. I had to pass, unfortunately, right there. I couldn't knock out his active one. So that's quite unfortunate. If Alex gets a third DC, that'd be pretty risky to attach just to knock my active, but that would bring him down to 2 prize cards, which is also not a bad thing to do because he can always sacrifice that Mewtwo and then power up a Landorus for the last 2 prize cards, and that is what he's gonna do, which I completely agree with. That's probably the best thing to do right now. Take 2 more prize cards. He has two targets on the field, and he can always land judgment or he can even land crush just to knock me out and I lose. And also Alex never used tons of catchers yet, so he's gonna get his last 2 prize cards really easily. So he's in great shape. And I'm not in good shape. I'm gonna promote the Mewtwo obviously to take the 2 prize cards I need to. I put an Evolite. Probably better. I don't know if I had more Evolites or not, but if I had more, I'd probably put it on both of the bench Landorus. But I think that's my last one, so I just decided to put on the active one, active Mewtwo. Now it's kind of hurting me that I have 2 DCs on the field and 1 in the discard, that I can't power up my Mewtwo like crazy right now. My best bet to win is just to go loaded with Mewtwo. My Landoruses are just not going to do anything right now. Luckily, I get an energy off the end. And I'm going to take my first 2 prize cards. And all he needs is a catcher to win right now. But he didn't get it. Otherwise, he'd promote the Landorus or Terrakion right now and then just win. Instead, he has to promote his active Landorus, which is unfortunate. I don't think Alex used tons of catchers. I think he only used one or so. Or none, maybe even none. 0 or 1, something like that. So it's quite unfortunate he didn't get the catcher or anything. He got 2 cards from his prize cards though. Or I end him down to 2, that's right. Or now it's 3. So that is looking good for me, that I can just start loading up my Mewtwo, catcher the bench Mewtwo when I can, so that he can't knock me out. And yeah, he just does 10 damage, puts 30 on my bench Landorus. Probably better to put 30 on the other one, just in case if he ever has a catcher before Junum or something, he could catcher the one with no energies, and then I wouldn't be able to retreat at all. So but anyway, that doesn't really matter too much. That's just a better thing to do to attack my other one, but it's not gonna change anything. It's really unlikely it'll change anything. So it's my turn. I need to keep attaching that Mewtwo. Keep attaching every turn. Otherwise, I can't really do too much. If his active Landorus gets more energy on it, I lose too. So at this point, I take my turns really long, just because that if I do something wrong, then Alex is gonna win. Like if he gets DCE and gets a catcher or something like that, he can really win easily. So I'm deciding what are my best choices, so Alex has the minimum chance to win. This is why I take pretty long. My next 2 or 3 turns are gonna be quite long. I don't usually play so slow, but again, if I do something wrong, Alex is gonna win. So I decided to attach to the active. That was when I guess I'm deciding if it was possible for Alex to not revenge knock me out or something like that. I put an Evlite on the bench Landorus, which is good because that other Landorus can keep hammerheading. I had 2 Evlites in my deck still, so instead of attaching to the active Mewtwo, putting an Evlite on the active Mewtwo, I probably would have liked myself to put it on the bench Landorus's. Not sure if it matters too much though, because I still have that 1 max potion in my deck. So, alright, so I'm probably going to just hit him for 80 or so I can knock him out next turn or something like that. I think I'm also deciding if he knocks my if I knock his Landorus out, if he can catch up the Landorus and knock me out with Land Crush. So I'm deciding if I should kill that Landorus or that Terrakion first and all that stuff. So I have no idea what just happened right there. I think I Ultra Balled just to thin out my deck, and then Bianca or something like that. Get an N off that. I would like to see me use it next turn. That'd be great. Put Alex back down to 2 cards. I'm just gonna hit him for 80. Now it's Alex's turn. Uses an Ultra Ball, discards 2 Terrakions. His last card's a Mewtwo, and he's just trying to thin out his deck right now. Also, check out how many resources he has, just in case if he gets a supporter, he knows what to do. He goes for a Mewtwo, which is alright. If I decide to kill the bench Mewtwo, then he has another Mewtwo just for a revenge Mewtwo, if it's possible. And yeah, his last card's a Mewtwo in his hand too, so he has 2 Mewtwo's. So he's just gonna have to bench it and then pass. I would bench it maybe. Actually, I don't know. Actually, I wouldn't bench it. Just cause then I could just I have no idea, because the thing is, if he benches, I don't think it matters too much, because I'm not gonna target the Mewtwo first. I'm just gonna target the Landorus, get 2 prize cards, and then target his Mewtwo for the win. That would be my plan. He puts 30 on my bench Landorus, and it's my turn again. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I know one of his cards is a Mewtwo in his hand, so I don't know if I should waste my end already. That would give Alex, instead of, like, I know one of his cards are useless. This is what I'm trying to say. If I end him, he would get 2 new cards. So I might not even end him this turn. And actually, honestly, I don't think I should. Just because I know one of his cards in his hand. So if I end him right now, it's probably a misplay. I think I have a Bianca though, so maybe I'll use the Bianca instead. I use a plus power. I use the catcher, so I'm knocking out that Mewtwo right now. And then I use an N. Again, I don't think I agree with that. I don't think I should have end him right there, because it gives Alex more cards. And now he just needs to, he has a higher chance to get a catcher, and then he can just catcher and win. So probably a misplay on my part. Actually, it's definitely a misplay. I wouldn't have done that in if I look through, I just honestly shouldn't have done that. Catching the Mewtwo wasn't that bad, I don't think. It was just that using that N. And at this point, I think Alex wins. Yeah, he gets everything. He gets the Mewtwo and the DCE. So yeah, that's quite unfortunate. So close to winning right there. But I end him, and I shouldn't have end him. Who knows if he would have won regardless. We don't know his next card if I didn't end him, so yeah. Anyways, here's the game 3. We're shuffling. Time is not called yet. I get to go first in game 3. But unfortunately, something happens. We'll see what decides to happen, and we're still shuffling. I didn't cut this out for some dumb reason. It's gonna be quite a long shuffle, I think, just to declump my deck and all that stuff. So I go for the 6 pile. Alex is probably gonna 6 pile as well, so this is gonna be about a 2-minute shuffle. I would skip. I don't know. I would, if you guys are watching it right now, just click a minute and a half ahead or so. I don't think I'll put an annotation because I'm gonna forget it for sure, because it's so late in the video. So yeah, our first game was about half hour. This second game was close to half hour. So these 2 games have been so long, but they were really close games. Both games were super close, and I love close games. When I went to, I don't know if I said this in a video yet, but when we went to Calgary for cities, I was in top 8, and then I was playing one of my friends, and this is how the game went. My first game against him, I had no supporters at all, 0, or maybe I used 1 or 2. I don't remember. His second game, or our second game, so I lost that first game anyways. Our second game, he had no supporters at all. Literally, he used 0 the whole game, which is so dumb. The third game, we both had supporters, which is great, but the thing is, the supporters I used, they never got me any energies or Pokemon, and I lost in like 2 turns. Because I had a Shaman EX active, and I couldn't get anything going. I couldn't get another attacker. And if I did get a one attacker just to keep me alive one turn, I couldn't get energies or anything like that. So that's pretty dumb. So looks like we're about to play, and then time gets called right now. Actually, I don't know when's right now, but it's pretty damn soon. And I just put one prize card, so time got called already. So whoever goes first is based on a coin flip. And the thing is, since we have Landorus and Mewtwo respectively, literally whoever goes first has such a strong advantage. And if you see my hand, I have nothing. I have ends. So if I go first, I think I have a Landorus. If I go first, I can attach and end him down to 1. And then just keep hammerheading and hope for the best. So that would be really strong if I go first. And I would have gone first if we were done shuffling like a minute earlier, which is so unfortunate. Really, really, really unfortunate. Here we go for the coin flip. And it's so big, and I go second. And that hurts a lot because he starts with a Mewtwo. He has a DCE too, which is so unfortunate for me. I was so close to winning the cities. And this is a spoiler, I lost. But I couldn't win. It's so unfortunate. I don't know what he's thinking of. He should just attach the DC. There's no way. Yeah, Alex is going to attach the DC. There's like nothing else he could do. If he had an N, then that'd be pretty ridiculous. And I would lose because I would only get one card. And yeah. So he attaches DC. And he does 50. Strong start. Love how he didn't bench anything else, which is really great. Because that would be risky as heck. And it's my turn now. And I don't know what I'm going to decide to do. I have a DC. It's not going to help. I have a fighting energy, which is I can do 10 damage, which is pathetic. Yeah. There's really a super low chance for me to win right now. This is why I don't like sudden death, honestly. Cause there's sudden death is it's like based on the deck. Whoever's deck is faster like automatically wins, and whoever goes first pretty much has a really high chance to win either as well. So yeah. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm thinking my options through. I have no idea. Maybe I'm trying to I have a Skyla, so maybe I'm trying to think of what to Skyla for. I have a fighting energy, I could do 10. I go for the Skyla. Honestly, I go for the Tool Scrapper. I don't know if I agree with that. Maybe I think I should have Skylight for Juniper and prayed for the best. Hope for the best. Because now I have no supporters in my hand other than N. So yeah. I have an Everlight. It's not going to really matter too much because Alex is going to two-shot me still. And I have to just do 30 damage. Or 40 damage because of the plus power. And it's Alex's turn. He's good to go. Yeah, I probably should have Skylight for the Juniper and prayed. Because the Tool Scrapper is not going to do anything because I have no more energies in my... in my hand. And at this point, Alex drops down another DCE and says YOLO. He likes that word a lot. He's the only one who uses that word. Maybe I use it occasionally. But yeah. And it's my turn and I lost. I can end him. If I end him down to 1, the only thing that could save me is a gold potion or a max potion. Those are the only 2 cards in my deck that can save me. And then the following turn, I would have to get a Juniper to get my hand back up. So that's pretty unlikely. I decide whether to use N or not, but I have no other options. I have to use it. And yeah, I just need a gold potion or a max potion in a 45 cardish deck 2 out of 45, which is I don't know, quite low, maybe 5%. And then the next turn I would need a Juniper, which is makes my percent go down. And I lost. It was a fighting energy I got from the top of my deck. Oh my god. And that was Alex's first cities win in a long time. So congrats to him. Anyways, that's our last cities video. Hopefully you guys liked the series. We're gonna have provincials when it's up, which is like in a month and a half. But for now on, it's just gonna be pack openings and PTCGO videos. Maybe when the next set comes out, which is pretty likely. I think we're gonna do it when the next set comes out, which is Plasma Storm. We're gonna do the Bombshell Cup number 2. We don't know what it's gonna be against. Maybe it'll be against another team or something. We have no idea. But anyways, just stay tuned for that because it'll be a chance to get more codes again. Hooray! Anyways, hopefully you guys like that. Alex came in first. He won. I came in second. No idea about the other standings, but yeah. Anyways, have a good day. Peace.